You guys, I've had such amazing luck sourcing at estate sales this year. I can't wait to show you what I got for only $100. In case you're new here, hi, I'm Andi. I'm a vintage home decor reseller. I sell primarily on Etsy, and then I also have a vintage booth. Now, typically in these videos, I take you shopping, we do some thrift with me footage, and then I bring you back here, and then we do the haul. But in today's video, we're gonna jump straight into the haul. So to entice you to watch all the way to the end of the video, I'm also gonna be sharing some of my best estate sale tips. Some of these are gonna make people very mad because I'm basically sharing what some people do to get a competitive advantage when they're going to sales. So you're not gonna wanna miss those, so make sure you watch all the way to the end after the haul. Okay, so I think we're ready to get into all the amazing things that I got at this estate sale. Let's get started. So this estate sale had a ton of brass, and that's what attracted me to the photos. Plus, it was also near my house, which most good estate sales aren't near me. I have to usually drive into downtown Portland because that's where all the really good estate sales are. So in the suburbs where I am, there aren't a ton of really good estate sales. So this one, lots of photos of brass. So when I saw these in the photos, this one and this friend right here, I nearly lost my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna go and see how much that they are. I thought for sure they were gonna be marked up really, really high, and they were not. They were $18 a piece, which is crazy. So I love the fact that they are a pair, and they both are slightly different. This one neck is a little bit more down and turned, and this one is a little bit more like standard swan positioning. You'll have to forgive me for not lifting them both up because they are very heavy, like 10 pounds. So because they are so heavy, I won't be most likely putting them on Etsy just because the shipping would be absolutely crazy. Unless someone wants them out there and it can accept the fact that the shipping price will be bananas high, then I'm willing to list them for you. But I'm gonna bring these to my vintage booth. Moving on to some more brass pieces. So I also got these Moroccan made mirrors. I have no idea how to show you these without blinding you with sunlight or showing you all the ugly parts of my messy studio right now. But anyways, the reason why I love these mirrors is one, I like the size and the shape of them, especially this one being, you know, a different shape than what you normally see. And then also they have different ways you can hang them. So usually you don't have this level of versatility of hanging this way or this way. Both of them have that, which is awesome. So these will most likely be listed on Etsy. And then if they don't sell within the first week or so, sometimes I'll bring it to my vintage booth. But anything that I mention that's gonna be for sale in the video, I usually link it down below in the description box. But if you don't see it there or on Etsy, just send me an email. And maybe because I just didn't get to listing it. So sometimes I don't list everything by the time I publish the video. So anyways, these will be for sale and I will not be keeping them. Something I'm planning to keep for myself because I always have something or many things. All I plan to keep for me are these very cool pinkish red swirl candles. I love vintage candles, especially ones that are, you know, of different colors. I have every color of the rainbow. This drawer right here, which you guys can't see, which I will like shoot a video of because it's just so good. It's filled with every candle you can imagine. Swirl, stripes, you name it. And so I use them to stage all my candle holder sets, and I just love, colorful candles bring me so much joy. So these were 50 cents each, which is crazy. At my thrift store, this whole set would probably be $6. I'm not even joking. They're like, ooh, fancy candles, $6. So anyways, I'm really excited to find these. So moving on to more brass animals. So these brass birds are incredible. I love the fact that they're paired together. $12, which I thought was crazy. Again, also heavy, but this one is a lot less heavy than this gal here. So these will be for sale on Etsy, and then I will bring them, like I said, to my booth if they don't sell. But I just fell in love with them. The hard part is the patina on all these brass pieces is not, you know, terrible, but oh, you guys know I love to shine up brass. So I'm trying to decide how much of the brass piece I'm gonna show you I'm gonna shine up. This one, oh, if I shine it up, it's gonna sing. It'll be extra beautiful, but I know a lot of people do like the patina too. So TBD on what I do in terms of shining it up and cleaning it up. Sometimes, like you can see that some brass, depending on how it's aging, gets like kind of this iridescent quality, which I don't love. It's not just like the gold color here and then becomes iridescent. I don't love that. And usually when I shine it up, it takes it away and then it can age appropriately again. So we will see. It's a little behind the scenes, probably too much information for you guys about brass cleaning, but for someone who like me who cleans brass and thinks about brass all the time, that is how deep I go into that particular mindset. So anyways, this will be available for you guys. So one of my favorite scores from this estate sale is this mirror, another mirror again. But this one I saw in the photos, I was like, oh, I have to get this. And the reason being is I have sold this before and it sold really well and for over $100. So I knew that I had a for sure sale in this if I could actually get it. So I was lucky enough to grab it. No one saw it because there was like a very ugly mirror in front of it, and I don't think people noticed it, but I did because I've sold it before. So this was only 10 bucks, which is great. And so that's really good margin from 10 bucks to well over 100. I'll pop on the screen what I sold the last one for. And so yeah, things like this sell really well for me on Etsy because, well, mirrors in general, like I said, do well, but also pieces like this that have like almost like a display or organizing like function. Awesome, because in an entryway, this is phenomenal. You can, you know, obviously check yourself before you go, and then also, you know, add some decorative pieces here or a catch-all pot for your keys and stuff. So anyways, these pieces are really great. Super versatile. Another reason why I picked it up. So yeah, I was very excited to find this. And speaking of organizers, I also got this very cool desktop organizer. So it has this awesome drawer, and then it has each of these sections, you know, that you can deposit like your stuff, your jewelry, your pocket change, etc. And then I'm assuming this here was for bills and things, but I imagine you could also like slot your phone there while it's charging. So anyways, I thought this piece was very neat. It definitely has a little bit of wear on it, but I think that adds to the charm of it. It was only $4, which I thought was great. Decorative boxes and organizers like this do really well for me. Again, anytime I'm outsourcing, obviously I'm looking for things I've sold before or are selling well for me. If you're curious what my best sellers are, I actually did a video recently, so I will link it down below. I've done 2 in the past. People found them very helpful because I've given them ideas of what they should be sourcing for their Etsy shop or eBay, you know, store, etc., or their vintage booth. So anyways, yeah, this piece I thought was really, really great, so this will be available too. So I don't always look at the china cabinets at estate sales because typically it's filled with glass and other like knick-knacky things that I'm not super into or really into selling, but these gems were actually in there, and I painstakingly waited for a woman to be done going through it before I was just like, and wanted to grab the thing. So anyways, these were kind of worth that little bit of a pause at the sale. I usually don't like to pause at sales because that means you're missing out on something in another room, but I thought these were worth it. So this one was $3 and then this one was $4, which is awesome. So I sell these in my booth like $25 like each. And so that's why I'm just like, this is a really good find, really good pickup. These are the sturdy ones. They make a lot of brass butterflies. I like these ones because they're very solid and their antennae, I guess, are also more solid and sturdy. Sometimes you can get the brass pieces that these are really thin and they've either bent or have gone missing because they just weren't made to last, frankly. And so I was really excited that these were the ones that were the very solid ones because they sell that much better. So yeah, these will be available for you guys. Another brass piece that I just kind of snagged was this awesome ornate brass picture frame. It was only $1, which I thought was crazy. When the guy was ringing me up, he's like, you got a good deal on that one. I'm like, I know, thank you. You're the one who priced it. So he was almost like he was kind of mad about it. I'm like, I didn't price this, you priced this. So sorry, you lost your mind at that moment when you priced this one, but I thought it was very cool. I like the cutout detail, has the old felting on the back. I just thought it was really beautiful. And for $1, it's great. I have a lot of loose art that I pick up, and so I always need frames for it. So I thought this one was really great. So this will not be for sale, this will be for me. Something else that's gonna be for sale is this awesome brass, again, bird statue. And I thought this was super sweet. I saw this in the photos too. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to be brass or some other type of metal because I couldn't tell, because sometimes things are made to look like brass, but they're not actually brass. This is in fact brass. It was $2. $2 for their super sweet birds on branches. I thought they were absolutely incredible. Really excited about this score. So I haven't found a brass piece this cheap. I don't even know when. $2? Like our thrift stores, like so expensive. And most of the time estate sales are very expensive. So I thought this was a very lucky score and super cute, and this will be available. Now I'm shopping for Christmas stuff all year round. Now I don't usually love to pick up Christmas things because I hate picking stuff up and holding it until the Christmas season. I don't know. I just always want to be able to decorate it in the moment. But I am in the market for some pink bulbs because I have a white and pink ombre Christmas tree for my studio space because this is my room, so I get to do what I want. And so I'm always on the hunt for pink or peachy toned bulbs to put on that tree. And I'll pop a picture on the screen of what it looks like. Just be forewarned, it is very pink and girly. I went like, I went all out. So when I found these, I thought they were great. $4 for these 4, and I need to show you how cute. I can get it out safely. Look at that. It has this adorable gold band and glitter, and then I love the floral detail in the center. I nearly lost my mind. It's a glass bulb, fell in love, and most of them are intact, which is also great. So I'm probably going to keep these, even though sets like this sell for a lot. So at the antique malls near me, like they would sell this box for $30, which I'm not even kidding, which seems crazy to me. I'm like, who has the money to drop 30 bucks on 6 ornaments? That seems outrageous. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, sometimes it's like, ooh, the money could be really good. So sometimes I wanna sell it, but I have never found, you know, ornaments like this before. So this is really tricky, but I feel like I have months to like figure it out because Christmas is, you know, 6 months away, at least when I film this video. So anyways, I have time to decide if I'm gonna sell them or not, but I thought these were beautiful, and I very rarely come across pink, so super excited to get them. And while we're talking about Christmas, I did kind of pick these up on a whim. I just thought they were so cute. They were dear, they were $1 a piece. This one has a bell. They're plastic, so they're not like ceramic, which I would have preferred, but I feel like they look almost ceramic, but they were really, really cute. I do like retro deer. I think they're very sweet. So anyways, this is another thing I'm not sure if I'm gonna sell or not. Like I said, I have probably 6 months to figure it out, but I thought they were really cute, and for $1 a piece, I had to get them. So more brass, if you can believe it. I also picked up this really cute brass trivet. So I love that it is like a basket of flowers. That of course appealed to me. You guys know I love florals. Go crazy for florals, and so I thought this was really cute. I also thought it would look cute on a wall too. So not just, you know, as a trivet in your kitchen. I thought it actually could be a cute wall piece, especially since it has this hole here so you can easily hang it up, and because it has like the little feet that it was set off the wall, which I thought was really great. Oh, I think I just dropped one of the protective foot things. I'll have to, oh, there it is. Like, I don't want to vacuum it up later and forget about it. So anyways, this will be available for sale, but yeah, I thought it was really, really cute, and for $5, I thought that was a really good deal. So another piece I was super excited to find, and I could not believe no one else picked up, was this very awesome ornate jewelry box. These can be incredibly valuable, so I was really pleased to find it. I thought it was in really good shape. I love the velvet inside, and it is very, very solid, like ridiculously solid. I love that the glass, you know, has a little bit of beveling in it. It's just a really cool piece. Now it is dusty. Everything in this home, bless whoever lived there, they didn't dust in a long time, or it had been left alone for a long time because it was dusty. But this piece is really, really great. Like I said, they can be valuable, so I cannot wait to comp this out. But this is something I thought was really beautiful, and again, something I'm not sure I can sell because I do really love it, and I have a lot of jewelry that I always need storage for. So we will see, but you know, if it is as valuable as I think it is, that might move me to sell it. So TBD on that, but I thought it was absolutely stunning. I could not believe no one had grabbed it before me. Now, before we move on to the estate sale tips, I have one more score to show you that I got in an estate sale. Now, to give you a little bit of background, after I went to this estate sale of all the stuff that I just showed you, I was riding pretty high. I was just like, I scored some amazing stuff. It was all for $100, which is crazy. Like, I have so many pieces in this haul that are gonna make me over $100, just the item. So I was riding high, you guys. And I didn't think I could possibly top what I had just experienced, but I decided to go to an estate sale that was just down the road anyways. It was the half off day. I didn't anticipate anything there being really that great, because usually half off day, like, things are really picked over. So I wasn't like getting that excited or getting my hopes up. But then I walked into the garage and found probably one of the best things I have ever found as a reseller. Now, I know that sounds really dramatic, and I do say that, you know, quite often, but it's because I find cool stuff all the time, and each thing seems to top the other thing. But this particular piece, the internet agreed, because when I posted about scoring it on Instagram, I have never gotten so many DMs from people basically saying, I cannot believe you scored that at an estate sale, and it was only $7.50. So the wild thing is this beautiful painted ornate moody screen. Yes, it's hand painted with very cool like brass metal like hammer detail on the edges. It was only $15 to start with, and then because it was half off day, it was $7.50. I don't know how no one bought it. That doesn't make any sense to me. The only thing I could think of is because it was so dark and moody, and because the painting on it was, you know, there's not a ton of contrast, which is what I love about it. I think maybe people literally, their eyes couldn't maybe register it because it was like dark, and so it was like a dark hole, and so people didn't see it. But I was like, this is coming home with me. Now, I don't know what to do with it, frankly. I'm not selling it because one, it's just too huge, and to even put it in a booth space would be like giant. But when do you ever find a painted screen like this? Like, you just don't. I even love the flakiness of the paint because I think it adds to that old world charm. So yeah, anyways, I know I'm rambling on. I lost my mind over it. Do I know what I'm gonna do with it? No. But I have a whole line of people that would gladly take it off my hands if I would allow it. So there's definitely some resale potential in it. But yeah, I just could not believe that I got that at an estate sale on the last day, half off day. Okay, so those were all the finds I have to show you. Ended with the most dramatic one. So now we're gonna move on to my best estate sale tips. So my first tip is not to just rely on the app and the websites they have estate sales listed. You need to make sure that you're also looking on Facebook Marketplace and sites like Craigslist to look for those private estate sales. So what I love about private estate sales, and what I mean is these are estate sales that are not run by an estate sale company. These are usually like homeowners or family members that are unloading large volumes of things. Those estate sales usually have amazing pricing, and they also give you the opportunity to bundle a bunch of items together, and then you can give them your best price. That's not typically the case when you're going to an estate sale run by an estate sale company. They have a very like regimented process that they do. Like, they have full price days and they have half off days, and then sometimes they can give you a better deal on the last day depending on the estate sale company and the rules that they have for their sales. But sometimes they can't give you a good deal because in the contract they're not allowed to sell things for under a certain price if they were priced at a certain point to begin with. I know that's getting into the weeds, but anyways, private estate sales that you can find on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist usually have amazing deals. And because they're not advertised as heavily as the ones done by big estate sale companies, usually the volume of people there is less too. So the hot tip, if you want to score some really good stuff at great prices, look for those private estate sales. So my next tip is for when you're at the estate sale. Now, if you see estate sale photos and you're looking through them and you're like, oh my God, I want that piece of furniture, I want this piece of furniture, I want this large piece of art, like you want all these amazing things, and you're like, how am I going to grab all these things? They're big, and what if I lose out on this thing when I'm going for this thing? The best thing you can do is make sure you have a bunch of sold stickers. Now, not every estate sale company will allow you to bring your old sold stickers or even use sold stickers, but if they do, and I always just bring them anyways, regardless, and I feel like if they're gonna yell at me, they'll yell at me on the spot. But I'd rather like be prepared than not. And so that allows me and all of my reselling friends to quickly go in and tag things that they want, that allows them to grab more items at once. Now, if you do this, make sure that your sold sticker has like your name on it and some sort of identifying information, because if there's several people there doing this strategy, like there is locally here, then it could get mixed up on whose it is. So if you don't have to like buy sold stickers, I see a lot of people that take painter's tape, and the reason why they do painter's tape is because it doesn't tend to damage or stick very like hard to a piece of, you know, furniture or an object, which is important. You don't want to take the finish off something or break something when you're doing it. So usually what people do is they will go through a whole roll, write it out, you know, tear it and put it on their arms, and their stickers are on their bag, and that way they can go through and take it like this. So anyways, that's just like a tip that basically professional resellers do to make sure they're getting all the good stuff before anyone else. I know people don't love that strategy, especially if you're just a person who's going to estate sales and you want to just shop for yourself, but that is their job. I can't argue with that. I'm, you know, doing the same thing sometimes. So anyways, that is a strategy that you can employ if you do want to get some really good big things. So I definitely recommend sold stickers. Now, the next piece of advice is something most of you are not going to want to hear, and that is you got to get there early. Now, I don't love getting places early. I hate having to get up and get out the door and get in line and wait 3 hours. But that is how you get a lot of the good stuff. So especially if you're in a very competitive market and you want something amazing, or if it's a sale that's like once in a lifetime, if you know a lot of people are gonna be there, sometimes people in our area will literally sleep in a parking lot or on the street overnight if the sale is that good. I don't know if that's the same where you are. Let me know if your area is as competitive as mine. But I have been known to get to sales several hours early if I know it's gonna have the stuff that I really want, because then I'm definitely beating out a lot of the competition that doesn't have the flexibility to get there early. People that have like young kids that they can't get out the door early, or day jobs. We have a lot of estate sales during the week, and because I have a flexible work schedule, because I'm self-employed, I'm a marketing consultant, I work for myself, I'm able to go to these on like off days and early in the morning because I don't have to commute to a job. I work here in my office. So anyways, get there early. I know people don't want to hear it, but frankly, that is how a lot of my reselling friends get the most incredible pieces, is because they're really willing to put in that time. So I know it's not a great tip for you, because if you're someone that doesn't want to get there early and stand in line, I know it's not ideal, but it is how you score a lot of the good stuff. Okay, so the next tip is the last tip I'm going to share with you, and this is a good one. And I'm going to get in trouble over this one, because when someone told this to me, I was like, oh, this is so good. Like, this is the best tip. So if you've ever looked at estate sale pictures and were thinking, oh my God, I want this specific thing on this specific shelf. Sometimes once you get into the home, it can be very disorienting because you've never been there before. So you don't know where that piece is. You don't know where that room is. It can be really hard. And you may miss out on something because you simply go the wrong direction when you get in the home. So I have a solution for this problem. So once you know the address of the estate sale, Google that address and then click into the real estate listing of that home. Now, if it's a home that has been bought and sold recently, or basically from when, Google existed, then there is a good chance that there are listing photos still somewhere on the internet. And if there are, you can take a virtual tour of the home prior to actually going to the estate sale. So you can then look at the estate sale photos and you can recognize rooms. Sometimes you can recognize door frames and carpet colors, wallpaper, paint colors, like what is outside of a window. People get really good. And so some of my reselling friends, what they will do is they will be like, okay, I need to find the room with the brick floor, or I need to find the room with this tile because that is the room, or this paneling. Okay, that's the basement. Okay, I'm gonna look and see where the basement stairs are, and that's what they will do. And that's how they can enter a home and zero in on exactly what they want, because they did that much due diligence and research before they went. Now that is like next level commitment to a sale. And it doesn't always work because, if the home has not been bought and sold and there aren't any like real estate photos of that home, then you're kind of, you're like everybody else. You're going to go in blind, or you peek in the windows. But some estate sale companies don't let you peek in the windows, which is always a little annoying to me, because I feel like I should be entitled to peek in the windows to see where stuff is at. But anyways, just know that you can maybe do this particular like technique and strategy, and that may actually get you some of the good stuff before anyone else. Okay, so those are all my tips. I hope you found them helpful. They definitely helped me and gave me an edge when I went to my very first estate sales when I got started. I know there are people out there still that have never been to an estate sale because they find it intimidating, which I can't blame them, especially in, like I said, a market like mine, which is high stress, high energy, just crazy. So I can see why someone might not want to go, because it's just like, everyone is very intense. But anyways, I definitely would encourage you to go to estate sales, because you can find some amazing stuff at really reasonable prices, sometimes less than thrift stores, especially if it's half off day. And that's where I found a lot of my most amazing scores this year were from going to estate sales. And usually you can find a large volume of stuff, which is great. So for me, who's selling a lot of things often, I need to go places where I know I'm gonna accumulate a lot of stuff at once without having to go to thrift store after thrift store every day. I mean, I love thrifting, but going to a thrift store and not finding anything, or finding one thing, can just be very disheartening. As a reseller, you're like, I need to find more things. So anyways, that's all I have to share with you today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my estate sale finds, and if you think that screen is as epic as I do. Let me know what your best estate sale tips are, if you're willing to share them. And if you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my haul videos here on YouTube, make sure you check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.